your local traffic report, only on News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
It's 5:26 right now, time for Total Travel, and we are looking live at I-74 in Moline. This camera is just before the bridge, and you can see some light traffic out there on this early Monday morning, but no problems to report. And that's the case for the regional airports. No delays, no cancellations, so no problems flying early this morning. Yeah, the weather is great, so that shouldn't be a problem today.
Yeah, today's going to be fine, but tonight and tomorrow could be a little iffy. Let's look at those destinations. If you're heading out jet setting here on a Monday morning, no big problems across the nation. That's some good news. I'll give you a green light for both the morning and the afternoon. 31, we go to 56. The problem will be late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Here's a look at tomorrow morning's commute, and that will be red from US 30 points north. There will be some poor driving conditions. I'll let you know how the snow will add up on the other side of the break.
A deadly start. The dramatic increase Chicago police have seen in homicides compared to this time last year.
Plus, the cherished donation an Illinois hospice patient is giving away to children in need in her community.
Live from WQAD, this is News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
Good morning and welcome. It is Monday, February 29th. I'm Julie Sisk.
And I'm Jonathan Ketz. Thanks for joining us. Let's get the latest check of the forecast right now with meteorologist Eric Sorensen. We're wondering what kind of weather changes we're going to see tomorrow morning, Eric.
Yeah, some big weather changes. In fact, we'll just get right to tomorrow mornings, and then I'm going to come back to today. Winter weather advisory will set up Sterling-Dixon points northbound. We do have a winter storm warning that goes into effect tonight. Joe Davis County is the only one included on that right now. You see the Quad Cities in the center part of your screen. Not included in this. We will still get some accumulation. I don't want it to discount the fact that we will have a couple of inches here into the metro by tomorrow morning, but it will be much worse to the north. Right now, our temperature of 31 degrees here, 27 for Clinton, 29 Galesburg. Wind will be out of the southwest for our day today, so it's going to still feel like spring today. So if you liked yesterday, not quite as warm today, maybe mid to upper 50s, some spots near 60, but the winter weather will come back. We changed seasons tonight. Some snow accumulation. I'll show you the hometown forecast, who gets what. There's going to be some big totals out of this. We'll explain how it all works in the full forecast a few minutes away.
Eric, thank you. Well, it has been a deadly start to 2016 in the city of Chicago. Police say the number of homicides have doubled since last year. Police say there have been 95 homicides so far, compared to 48 at this same time last year. But the Chicago Tribune reports that the number of homicides have reached past the 100 mark. Chicago's latest homicide victim was shot and killed on Saturday.
In Iowa, new data from the FBI says that violent crime is going down rapidly in the state. Reed Chandler shows us why 2 cities in particular have seen a dramatic drop and how city leaders say they plan to keep it that way.
If you're looking to live in a safe community, look no further than the state of Iowa. Data analyzed from the FBI by 24/7 Wall Street between the years of 2010 and 2014 shows Dubuque and Ames are the top 2 cities nationwide where violent crime is plummeting.
We've been pretty fortunate over the years to have a very low violent crime rate, and so that affords us the opportunity to be able to get into the neighborhood and work on a lot of the quality of life issues.
For Ames, the data shows a 56% drop in violent crime over 5 years. There was only 1 homicide in the 5-year span of the study, with 0 from 2012 to 2014. Police say the study doesn't include 2015 data, where the city had just 1 homicide classified as justifiable due to self-defense.
I've lived here for 30 years in the same neighborhood, and generally I would say I've never had the perception that violent crime was a serious problem.
Debbie Lee is the leader for the Oak to Riverside Neighborhood Association. She credits the police department for being proactive by forming close relationships with the city's neighborhoods for the low crime rate.
Progress doesn't happen in a vacuum, and I would really credit, Ames has been fortunate to have an exceptional police chief who has been willing to be creative and try different approaches.
Those different approaches include training landlords to keep crime out of their apartments, meeting with students every fall at Iowa State University, and providing resource officers to neighborhoods.
I credit this very much to the leadership in the police department that has been working very hard at being in a proactive rather than a reactive situation.
Commander Jason Tuttle says it's a cycle. If you have a low violent crime rate, you can focus your energy on preventative measures to keep it that way.
And so when we can do that and we have the time to do that, we can get in the neighborhoods, work with some of the community leaders, work with some of the neighborhood association leaders on trying to solve specific problems in their neighborhoods.
With plans to add another police officer to the police force next year, the Ames Police Department says it's doubling down on its efforts to keep it at the top of these kinds of lists.
While homicides specifically are down in Ames, sexual assaults for the city are above the national average for 2014. That's something police say could be affected by having a college campus in town.
Knox County residents will soon be able to share crucial information with first responders at the touch of a button. County is finalizing contracts for a system called Smart 911. Using an app or computer, people will be able to create a profile for dispatchers. That includes medical conditions, photos, and even house layouts. Rescue crews say the service will be a valuable time saver.
To have all of that information and be able to just go ahead and not have to tie up time by asking questions for which we already have the answers for, I think that's another huge component.
Smart 911 will be paid for through Knox County's public safety tax and cost about $15,000 a year. The county is also in the process of setting up a system that will allow people to text 911 rather than call it.
Applications are now available for a Rock Island Township emergency program after it ran out of money earlier this month. The program helps residents pay rent, their mortgage, or bills in an emergency situation up to $400. The program had $18,000, but that money was gone in just a few months, and they have now added $4,000.
An Eastern Iowa organization is joining the effort to bring clean water to the people of Flint, Michigan. Resources Unite in Dubuque, Iowa has kicked off the Just Add Water drive. This is just one storage unit filled with donated water to send to Flint. Flint's water is contaminated with lead after the water supply was switched. So to help the people, many people in Dubuque and others nearby are helping out. Organizers say the drive's been an overwhelming success.
The campaign has exceeded our wildest expectations. We set a goal to collect 1,000 cases of water, and we are currently over 300,000 bottles of water and filling our 9th semi.
Nearly 20 people from the area will travel to Flint Friday. They'll be going door to door, dropping off water and installing water filters in homes.
An Illinois woman in hospice care is giving her most cherished collection of dolls away, all to help local children. Wilma Schubert of Peoria, Illinois, is 84 years old. She has over 6,500 dolls. Over the years, she's tried to sell them or donate them, but no one wanted them until now. Schubert is donating them to a local child development center.
She's doing a beautiful thing. Since the state cuts in budgets, it has affected a lot of agencies, and hopefully this will help.
So happy that my dolls are free.
An auction will be held April 16th. All of the proceeds will go to the center, and some of the dolls will be donated to a local nursery. Well, it's still not too late to get your flu shot this season.
WQAD News 8 and Genesis Health System are partnering up to bring you free flu vaccinations today. News 8's Caroline Reinwald joins us now live here in the studio to tell us when the flu clinic starts. Hi there, Caroline.
Good morning, Jonathan. This year has been a relatively mild year for the flu in our region, and Genesis wants to keep it that way. They'll be here in our News 8 studio later this afternoon administering free flu shots to people. Every year, thousands of people die from the flu. Doctors say anyone 6 months and older should get one. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says this season's vaccine cut the chance of getting the flu by 60%. And if you're interested, the free flu clinic will be here in our studio today from 4 to 6 p.m. Jonathan.
Thank you, Caroline. The Genesis Flu Free Quad Cities program has already vaccinated more than 30,000 people since this fall, including 9,000 students who took advantage of free vaccinations in their schools.
Now, your local traffic report, only on News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
It's 5:38, time for Total Travel, and we are looking live at the situation right now, the Centennial Bridge. You can see just a little light traffic out there, but no travel problems to report. Conditions very nice for this Monday morning. And still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities. Oscar-winning moment for one actor after years of only receiving nominations.
Plus, how a basketball game against the Iowa State Cyclones is causing problems for caucus goers in another state, Eric.
Temperatures are going to be going back into the 50s for today, but all eyes are on a potent little winter storm that will come through the area for tonight, tomorrow. What to expect in your hometown. Big differences from north to south. Your accurate forecast is next.
You're watching Good Morning Quad Cities on WQAD News 8 with Jonathan Katz and Julie Sisk.